Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Overlord, episode 18. And here's the fight you want to see. Slowing down time. And clearing out my interface. So those shots there from the kinetic batteries, and then you can start to see the lasers kicking in. They have one giant galleon here, which is very difficult to destroy. And then most of the other things here are just a small little cruiser, destroyer, and corvette fleet, and then big star bases to blow up. Why not go for the alternative of keeping the locals? I don't want them. Just personal choice. Do not want them. I don't want to gene mod them. I don't... Gene modding takes a lot of time and effort. And the population that was there was our overlords, primarily. They're the Storm Rhadamant, who oppressed us for centuries. So we're not going to be the oppressors, we're just going to have them leave. I spoke to this when I originally made the choice to displace them. So this galleon here is getting monster trucked. Pretty good. We haven't actually lost a whole lot of ships yet. Some of the destroyers are on the retreat, as are the corvettes, but most of the larger ships, the cruisers and battleships, are doing just fine. So there goes the small fleet and every starbase in the system, and there's just their galleon left. And that galleon's getting ripped up now. And I'm going to do nothing about the revolt. I'm going to let them open revolt. After annexing Kursek, what should I do? Attack another Marauder system? Prepare for the rebellion. The two obvious choices there. Galleon, bye-bye. And then two corvettes. And Kursek is now mine. One thing I do need is a scientist to be able to survey it. God, stop giving me crummy people. There we go. Oh, yes, there we go. Your name is... Polmatbot? No, I don't think so. It's Dizzy. Alright, and you're going to be taking the... You're going to replace Fuglesix as the physics researcher. Oops, I didn't mean to click that, but we're going to prep for the rebellion. That was winning. And then I'm going to roll out a new... Let me turn on the overlays. A new science ship. To go survey... actually, Kursek's all surveyed. I take that back. Oh, there is debris here for antimatter and ripper cannons. So I'm gonna still build that science ship for that reason, but I don't need to survey it. So that would be that. This fleet is gonna go repair and then get ready for the rebellions. And then where's my construction ship? At Radiatos. Okay, I need a new construction ship then too, so that I can actually add it. So now I can actually travel from, like, Yoda Prime to Dead Dodo without having to go through Marauder territory, now that I own Kursek. Because that was a big concern before, because no military ship could make that passage without being shot at by their galleon and stations and all that jazz. Yeah, Dizzy. That is definitely the first thing that I've ever named after you. Oh! Shoot. Before this becomes a situation, let me just buy bulk exotic gases. And then also cancel the edicts that were eating up my exotic gases, because I don't need them anymore. Alright, exotic gas shortage. Let's invest in gas production. I'll just do that. Okay, my army have arrived, or an army. I'm gonna land my army at Ike's.
New technology discovered.
I don't think it has any bearing of crime. It's not. They're not helping at all. That's fine. I don't care. We already know they're gonna rebel. So this army is gonna stand outside because it's about to get hot. Let's get gamma lasers. And that means that I just got shields, right? No, research complexes, okay. I'll build those once I have a little bit more exotic gas. Oh no, I have exotic gas income. Okay, let's roll those out then.
New technology discovered.
Durasteel! There we go, finally. I really needed Durasteel armor, because my armor was pretty crummy compared to the rest of the ship. I don't like any of the options that are being offered to me, so I think I'm just going to pick something that's quick. Nothing's quick. Alright, I'll get afterburners, because I will use afterburners. And then I'm going to refit this fleet and get them ready to go squash the rebels. Does that system have black sites in them? What do you mean? Oh, I know what you mean by black sites. No, it doesn't yet. Okay, this is an active war.
Initializing defensive war protocols.
And they have a 7K fleet. Yeah, bye-bye. You're so dead. So my army is ready to invade. My transport fleet got displaced. My robotic army that I wasn't really using. And I will be rolling my main fleet up there in just a second. Next research for societal will be more food, because I have a bit of a food shortage. Yeah, here comes the boom. I also just got more species points, so I'm going to get rid of my non-adaptive and apply the template across my population everywhere, which takes 1 year to apply. So instead of actually researching nano vitality crops, I'm going to be changing my species genetic code to be better adapted to different habitats. I'm also going to turn terraforming gases on again, because terraforming a tomb world takes so long. Like thousands and thousands of days. My starbase capacity went down. Well, shoot. I think I'm just going to deal with 25% upkeep. Yeah, sorry, Highland Timber Bastion. I'm going to break you down. I don't like the extra tax. Give puppies a treat. Puppy. That is yours. So I'm quickly retooling my fleet, and then I'm going to get ready for the rebellion. So this rebellion should be pretty easy to squish. They have a fleet about half my size. Except for my super experienced admiral just died. So we're going to replace him with, what's your name? No one's even eligible to be an... Okay, I'm going to reset eligibility here. Because, there's no one active in the chat eligible to be this admiral. So it's an unnamed admiral for a minute, soon to be given a name. And they're going to champion the cause with the brand new hyper-shielded, Dura-steeled navy that I have. So my fleet strength should go way up from 19k, way higher once I refit everything, because I just got a lot of nice tech. And this rebellion just joined the galactic community. Yeah, no, you're not going to exist by, like, next year, or a few years from now. Not if I could help it.
Debris scanned.
All right, 95.
Construction online.
And
Fleet upgrades
done.
applied.
All right, my army is going to follow my navy, and my navy is going to go attack their homeworld. I'm at a 19.5k fleet. Cursec just got added. The one thing to note about Cursec is I'm not collecting its trade goods, so I'm going to build at Tyrodinis. I'm going to build them into a trade hub, and then gun battery to protect the trade lanes, so that we collect the 4 Cursec trade value. It's not that much trade value, but I definitely don't need the naval capacity right now, so I might as well have them collect it. Minor research sanctions, don't care. Enable council veto power, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm on the council, and I would love to be able to veto stuff. Currently on the Senate floor is high consequence protection. Every mercenary enclave gains additional capacity, and everybody seems to be supporting it. For some reason or another, I'm supporting it, and I don't even remember voting for it. But okay, fine, whatever. My vassal, my bulwark, just declared these rebels their rival. Spicy, and in great support of me. That's pretty cool. This bastion is loyal, but losing rep. Losing relation. Noted. You guys are still disloyal pissants, but, you know, whatever. I expect nothing more from you. And then you guys are also disloyal pissants. Man, everybody's disloyal. I'm going to have to work on that once I'm not actively fighting rebellions.
New technology discovered.
Afterburners just got done. Habitat world. Nice. So that will improve our habitats even further. It's extraordinarily expensive, but because you did want me to go tall, I'm going to do it. And what I ought to start doing is investing further into my habitats. Yeah. Well, I don't mean to have 2 hollow theaters here. That's a big old mistake. What do I need instead? Maybe robot assembly plants to get 1 robot on each habitat. Now that I'm gonna like really build these habitats up into orbital worlds, I might as well just have robots on them as well.
Species enhanced.
So my species just got enhanced, or enhanced as he says. So every species in my empire now is no longer non-adaptive. So if we take a look here, that means that the habitability of Sylvanti Prime is up to 88, which is great. 83 at Tyrodinis, 88 at Morpheus, 88 at Light Play. Nice. Which means that the stability is a lot higher, which means that my resources from jobs are higher, my trade value is higher, my immigration pool is higher, everything. All indicators look big thumbs up. It's very, very good. So light play, you already have robots, so I'm going to not do that. What do I need at light play? I need minerals. Where is it? Oh, I already have it built. I'm an idiot. Autochthonic monument, then. High consequence of protection just got passed. I'm just making sure that I have robots on every planet. So I think Taurodnus, because I resettled them to Ix, needs to build a robot, and that's only going to be 6 more months. And then I have robots everywhere else. But Angelus and Gusius need robots, and then Light Play... No, Light Play doesn't. Alright, so here's the big battle that you wanted. My fleet about to warp into Tarmarin to recapture Ix, which is pretty well guarded, but nothing that we can't handle. I'm not sure where their fleet's camped at Yamek Singularity. And I'm probably going to orbitally bombard just to soften them up. Makes it easier to invade, and I will lose less. Will my vassals rebel? If their relative strength compared to me is strong, they could rebel, yes. But as long as I remain much more powerful than them, the likelihood of rebellion is very low. The game is pretty well designed where you can rule over them through fear, just as much as you can rule over them through friendship. So right now I'm sort of fear-mongering, and that's fine by me. That is fine by me. So I'm just waiting for the devastation of Ix to go up higher, so that the armies that are protecting it are weakened and don't have defensive advantage. Another funny thing about these planets is because I had destroyed all of its infrastructure before displacing the population, these planets are running massive deficits and have rampant homelessness. So even though they're rebelling against me, they're undeveloped, completely undeveloped planets with no real capacity for self-governance. Which I find funny. They wanted independence, but they have no idea how to police themselves. Because they just don't have the infrastructure. Why is my fleet strength tanked at the moment? Oh, because I'm in a... yeah, okay, I'm in a pulsar system, so my shields are gone. Environmental hazards. Shield nullification. Thank you, pulsar.
Discovered.
Alright, gamma lasers just got done, which is awesome. Next up, let's get tachyon sensors. No. Yeah, tachyon sensors, which is even better sensors so I can hit the targets that I'm shooting at. Ix is almost fully devastated. And its garrison has been depleted, so I'm going to invade it now. This rebellion getting pretty crushed already.
Planet conquered.
Okay, let's hop over to Freddy 8 Toes and get that one too. It might rebel again. Yeah, it's quite possible because it takes a while to displace the population, and I don't really have any people living there and no infrastructure. So it could happen, but it wouldn't matter. I'll just destroy it again. Durastol infrastructure would be really nice to be able to do another building slot on every planet. That's particularly useful for the really small planets like the habitats. Speaking of habitats, it might be a good idea to make another one. So let me get the alloys for it. I know I didn't pull you on this, but I was supposed to have a habitat at Old Dara, and I just screwed it up. Speaking of which, Zaleb, I'm going to give you the new Admiral. Admiral Zaleb. Just make sure to use your marksman command as much as you can. Alright, Freddy 8 Toes has almost no garrison, so I'm just going to immediately land my armies there. And then my navy is going to go over to Yamtek against their 11K fleet.
Invasion.
And this is the final duke out. Given that it's the final duke out, I'm going to do shield boost, armor, crystals, and ammo. Get every advantage possible so that I minimize my loss against their 11K. Because 11K is nothing to shrug at. That's a pretty decently large fleet.
We have seized an enemy world.
Alright, next priority on the polls up top. Clear Leviathans. So I do have the Ether Drake in my territory, and I have a fleet strength to kill him now. Clear out more Marauders. Prepare to war with the neighbors of mine, or to build tall. You vote on the next big priority. End of the Stormrider Imperium. Whoa! What? 31K? I don't know where that came from, but I like it. Alright, make sure that the species that are in my empire are still undesirable, and they are. So now I've retaken these planets. Can I rename Ikes? Still can't. Blowing up the infrastructure here because I don't... it still has a huge amount of population, and I don't need any infrastructure for it. Something else I'm going to need to do is still to do anti-crime and martial law on both planets, even though it probably won't work. And then to create it into a sector, and to put Skyrip back as governor. And immediately scum and villainy on Ikes. Freddy is a little bit less crime-ridden. It's down to 33%, which is not great, but not terrible. It could be better, could be worse. And it's also almost terraformed into a savannah world, which means that once it's a savannah world, people might immigrate from my original planets to move there, to fill jobs, and to make it more stable. But its instability is actually, it's not great. Could be better. In about 1.5 years, I can redeclare war on the Holy Stormrider and Empire, the original Overlord of mine. They do have the Stormrider Incorporated as a vassal underneath them that I could free. That would be one possible war. Another possible war would be going against the Prosnakin and the Garanshu. The Garanshu is kind of number 2 in the galaxy. If we take a look at the victory conditions now, I am neck and neck with the Garanshu. I was way down here in like 4th or 5th place, or about 6th or 7th place, and now I'm 4th place, basically tied with Garanshu, so I'm really catching up pretty fast. Due to economic positioning, winning wars, etc., etc. Doing pretty good. Something else that I might be able to do is to, if given the option to design, I'm not going to change from Habitat Worlds, but if I had the option to have synthetic, my robots go from droids to synthetics, I could move my synthetics to Ikes as enforcers and crack down on any rebellions that way. That would be possible.
System scan
All right, 700 days left for Feanor. So let's go ahead and roll the colony ship out, because it will take a while to build one and then to position it for colonization, so I might as well get that now. Council veto power is likely going to pass, which means that will give me the ability to veto anything in the queue once every 10 years or something like that. Doesn't sound powerful, but it's actually really powerful, because if there's something in the queue that you really hate and you don't want, you can just be like, nope, and you can nope it out of existence. Yeah, these ship edicts were still on, so let me get rid of those, because they were costing me an arm and a leg. So you'll see my my strategic, yeah, there we go, bounce back to normal. All right, prepare war with neighbors. So which neighbor to go to war with? Let me pull on that. What wars to go? Sorry about that. Just had to type up a whole bunch of complex options. So, what war do we do next? The options that I thought were most relevant to us would be an allegiance war to free the vassals.
Online.
The allegiance war to free the vassals under my last overlord. So that would be a allegiance war against the Holy Storm Rider and Empire to free the Storm Rider Incorporated that is a vassal underneath them. They pledge secret loyalty to me. They want to be my vassal. So that would be one possibility. A border war with Prosnakin. So the Prosnakin I share the largest border with. I share Dead Dodo and Highland Timber with. And I could do either claim once this truce is over, which is just in a year and 22 days, I could declare a war against them for whatever reason, either to free them from the Garanshu or to just like claim territory, etc., etc. I could also go to war with an empire through the wormhole at Lightplay. So Lightplay, which is here, shares a border through a wormhole with oh no, they're my vassal. But I guess what that means is I could go to war with Bosch-Patux or someone else through that wormhole, or just something that you propose. Any viewer suggestions? I think while you vote on this, I am going to run to the bathroom real quick. So I'm going to slow down the clock here so that nothing bad happens while I'm away, and put Yoda on. All right, never mind. Let me decide on this. So Freddy 8 Toes just terraformed, and I could do mining, generator, or agriculture. Let me take a look at the planet. The planet is agriculture already, but I already have one breadbasket world. I don't really know if I need two. So I think I'm going to go generator. Okay. And now I'm going to run to the bathroom. All right. Sorry about that.
Construction online.
Sylvanti Starbase. Oh, that's a misnomer. Sylvanti Starbase finished its construction. It's actually the station, the orbital station. So I can add another module, shipyard, anchorage, planetary guns, hangars, batteries, etc. But also this opens up, because it's now tier 2, the ability to do specialized buildings. So low gravity mega refineries. So this would allow me to get more minerals from miners. But Sylvanti is a agricultural planet, so that doesn't really help. This would give me more energy from technicians, but again, it's, it is a agricultural planet, so that still doesn't help. Orbital filing systems, which gives unity from bureaucrats, priests, telepaths. That's not that helpful for this specific planet. So, as you can see, one of the powerful abilities that an orbital ring allows you to do is it allows you to further specialize the planet in ways that you really could never before. Turning a mining world into even more of a mining world through, orbital installations. But in this case, I am not really sure that there's something significant for me to invest in. Let me take a look. Maybe bureaucrats, because I do have some bureaucrats on this planet. So I think the orbital ring that I'm going to build here will be the bureaucrat benefit one, which needs a little bit of alloys. So I'm just going to buy the alloys because I can afford it. And do the orbital filing system, which gives extra unity per bureaucrat. Does mining on the same planet where you make alloys help? Not necessarily. Resources are shared sector-wide or empire-wide immediately. So it doesn't really help. The only thing that it does do is, I'll propose a scenario. Let's say you have two individual worlds. One is a mining world, one is an alloy world, and they're separate, and your mining world gets captured by an enemy. All of a sudden your alloy world has no minerals to be able to process because you've lost the mining world that got the minerals. So combining a planet into two specializations can benefit in the way that it shores up your supply chain, but it also makes it so that it's less specialized. So if you take a look at the planet specializations here, you can either pick Forge World or Industrial World or Factory World, but you can't do a Forge and Factory World, or you can't have two specializations. So if you have a world that does mining and alloys or mining and consumer goods, you'll have to specialize your world into one of those. So this planet, for instance, is a Forge World, which means that the metallurgists are cheaper to upkeep. If it was an industrial world, it would mean that the artisans and metallurgists are cheaper to upkeep. Or if it was a mining world, it would mean that the miners would gather more, but you can't pick multiples. So, yep. So maybe I should revisit what these worlds are. So Morpheus and R, you can be a industrial world. Light Play is definitely a mining world, so I'm not going to auto-designate that. I'm going to select it myself. And then these worlds don't specialize. Well, they can, but they're a different subset because they're habitats. So this one says it's a refinery. Yep, and that's true because I have crystal plants here. So I will pick refinery. And then this is a generator, and that's also true. But I'm going to pick that manually so it doesn't change. And then Ike's and Freddy, I don't really care what they are because they're not really worlds that are doing anything right now because they don't have people working there. So I'll leave them be. All right, you guys want an allegiance war, so let me ramp up that. Prepare for an allegiance war against Overlord. I'm just going to call them Overlord because that's what they were to me. Why is their plant's deficit, though? So the individual planet will have a deficit. So if you take a look at Yoda Prime, for instance, Yoda Prime is processing minerals into consumer goods and minerals into alloys so that the planet runs a massive deficit of minerals and food. Yoda Prime doesn't really make its own food and doesn't really make its own minerals. It only has 2 mining districts. So what's happening is the planet here is being supported by Sylvanti, which has a positive production of 205 food. So the 205 food from Sylvanti is being distributed immediately to the worlds that aren't producing its own food, if that makes sense. So if I lost Sylvanti, like if Sylvanti either became depopulated, destroyed, or invaded or something like that, it would be a huge blow to me because I am not really producing food anywhere else. But because Sylvanti is specialized, the farmers on Sylvanti are making 31.25% more food per farmer. So it's super efficient for Sylvanti to be the supplier of the food to my empire. In fact, I should replace the generator district here with an agricultural one, just to further its specialization. So I would highly, highly suggest you to have specialized worlds, but to make sure that they can't easily fall to enemies, because that could cripple you pretty quickly. Oh, you want to be my rival? You know, I happen to need rivals, so let me revisit my rivalries. You... Why aren't you my rival? Harm relation. Okay, and then... You... Rival. Cool.
Receiving transmission.
I'm not signing a non-aggression pact with anyone.
Fleet upgraded.
Okay, my fleet is good to go. They've been upgraded. I need to reinforce them because they're missing one battleship. So I'm going to sell a whole honkin' load of minerals and food and volatile motes. To buy alloys to reinforce this fleet. There we go. Oh, and there's actually missing a destroyer. Let me not get the destroyer. Wow, I still can't afford the battleship? I need about 100 more alloys. Oof. Ouch, that hurt. Okay. Still can't afford it. Are you kidding? What about now? No? Yes, there we go. Sorry, they're at full strength. They're about to be at least. Putting me pretty ready to deal with the Allegiance War. So the Allegiance War I can wage in about 3 months. Because I am in a forced treaty. So anytime a war ends, you're in a forced treaty for 10 years. There's some special circumstances where you can redeclare war sooner than 10 years. Like if they were a subject of another empire and you went to war with their overlord and then their overlord releases them and they become independent, then you could like declare war on them within that like 10 year window because they went from a subject to independent or whatever. But generally speaking, you can't declare war on an empire more than, you know, once every 10 years. New aliens for me to discover. Also, Freddy 8 Toast still has some research stations to build. And then the colony ship is going to go out to Feanor. Yeah, if you have any other questions about the game mechanics, I will do my best to try to describe them and explain them. So this is... Oh, the amoebas, yeah. The Tenyakis. Alright, where to next? Let's jump from here. There's the automated dreadnought. Jump. There. No? I don't think that there's anywhere for this science ship to explore to. Because everywhere left has their borders closed to me. So Fugal 6, I might just have you come home. Krosnakin just closed their borders to me, which is an indicator that I can go to war with Holy Storm Rhadarans. So this is the Allegiance War. Okay. I'll do that in just a second. I'm going to wait for that last battleship to roll off the line. We're also about to have a new Ascension perk. I'm pretty sure I know what we're going to do. We're probably going to get Engineered Evolution. I'm just going to pick it, because you voted on that already. So Engineered Evolution is stage 1 of a 2-stage Ascension perk to be able to genetically modify ourselves. So there it is. Sometimes evolution needs a nudge in the right direction. We now have the technology to genetically modify our bodies and minds to endure the trials of an ever-changing environment at an unprecedented rate. Am I strong enough to kill the Marauder pack to myself? Probably, but we didn't vote for me to do that. We voted for me to go to war with an Allegiance War. That was polled already. So, now that we have the Ascension perk, I have 3 more trait points. So if I scroll down to my species, I can add some new traits. So I could remove sedentary, but sedentary doesn't really bother me. Instead, what I could do is increase things like, let's see, population housing usage, or more amenities from jobs, or additional habitability, additional science. You have to pick a type of science. So either engineering, physics, or societal. Reduction in empire size from pops. You know, there's a lot of really powerful ones. Or even your leaders live longer. I'm going to pick my leaders live longer. And also pick... let's see. My leaders live longer, and my... workers get more resource output, 2.5%, and my armies are 20% stronger. And then apply this template across all worlds.
Situation log updated.
Will take a year and a half, but as a result, we'll live 20 years longer. Armies will be 20% stronger. Oh, nice. Whoa. That's big dividends. And then also, my online. Workers get a little bit more resources. Very nice. Solomon Citizens is becoming egalitarian. That's awesome. I'm egalitarian, so they're basically reflecting my ethics. which means that they're going to increase in their loyalty over time as they're becoming more like me. I'm going to open my borders with them too. I don't actually know why I didn't have open borders with them. They're a vassal of mine, so it doesn't really hurt. Change council size to 2. I support this measure.
New technology discovered.
I would like to still be a patron of the curators, but I'm going to need a little bit more money for that. 5K to be exact. So I'll sell off some stuff for that. I'm basically going to go broke. There we are. And then we also got tachyon sensors that I might need to retool my fleets with in just a second. I'm just going to get some of the quick research that I have partials to. And sensors are pretty inexpensive, so it will be really quick and inexpensive to retool this fleet. I'll probably be done. I'm already done refitting it.
Upgraded.
Even before the battleship got built.
Incoming transmission.
All right. 35 more days. We're almost ready. Okay.
Fleets enhanced.
I'm going to sit on the board. Well, actually, let's see. They are an overlord of... Where are their defensive packs? This is what I don't understand. Every time I go to war with the Holy Storm Riderins, maybe you guys can understand this better than I can. They get the Garanshu and the Prosnakin to come to their aid. But it makes no sense to me. So if we take a look, it might be that I don't have enough information on them. Maybe that's it. Maybe they updated that I don't even know what their alliances are. But yeah, let's click declare war. Yeah, so they are in a defensive pact with the Garanshu Imperium. I just don't know of it through my lack of spying. So if that's the case, I'm going to position my fleet here. Because I'm going to go to war with the Prosnakin the minute I declare an allegiance war. So I might as well be in position for a said allegiance war. Okay, they're going to be mission in action for, like, ever. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Overlord, which originally streamed live on Twitch, June 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Stellaris Overlordians, or something like that.